Yo, what's up guys, it's Blessed Sorrow here, and today I'm just going to be going over how to consistently air dribble in Rocket League. Now, if you're new to my channel at all, I haven't really uploaded in a little bit, by the way, so I apologize about that, but right now I'm sitting at 1441 MMR. My peak is Grand Champ 2 Division 1, but I finished off last season Grand Champ 1 Division 3, and my mouse is like bugging. Hold on, give me a second. All right, we're good. So yeah, I'm pretty good at this game. I've been playing since like 2018. Let me turn my audio down real quick. And yeah, so today I'm just gonna be going over how to consistently air dribble. And if you're new to Rocket League, this is one of those things where it's like you see people doing it, and it's probably one of the first mechanics you actually learn as a newer player in Rocket League. I remember back in the day, you know, whenever I was like first starting out Rocket League, the first cool mechanic I learned how to do was in air dribble, and it's pretty simple. There's just small things that you have to, you know, kind of focus on to make it a good air dribble, not just an air dribble. You know, like a good air dribble would be like this, like you're going for it and you score it like top bins, you know what I mean? Versus like a bad air dribble, messing up a few things, it could look like this. You know, you get like a bad, or not really bad setup, but like bad first touch, and then it's like really easy to save, right? So I'm gonna be going over kind of some of those things that you should be focusing on if you want to have good air dribbles. You know, that could have actual chance of scoring on your opponent. So yeah, let's get into it. So first things first is your first touch. First touches are a huge thing when it comes to air dribbles, because you could either have a too hard of a touch, too soft of a touch, depending on where you're at. You kind of have to read what your opponent is going to do, and you know, like your positioning in the air, because if you're super close to the ceiling, obviously you don't want to get like a super hard touch, right, and hit it to the ceiling, because then it's going to bounce off the ceiling. And I'll give an example right here. Say you hit a little bit too hard and you get a hard touch on it, boom, it's going to hit the ceiling and it's going to fall down. Say you're super low to the ground and you get a soft touch, that's also not good, because say you get like a too soft of a touch, you know, you're not really gonna be able to do anything with that. It's kind of hard to control. Versus if you're super high in the air and you get a soft touch, okay, well, of course it hits the ceiling regardless. Now let's try that again. If you're super high in the air, you get a soft touch, you might even could go for a double tap. You know what I mean? You could air dribble it into a double tap. You have a lot of good opportunities. And if you're low to the ground and you get a hard touch, that's like not really low, but lower. You know, you can do the same stuff. Kind of get like a double tap, or you know, decent setup. And if you get more advanced, you can go like air dribble into flip reset. And another thing for air dribbling is how your car is angled. Now, a lot of people overlook this. They just try to like, oh, dribble the ball and it'll look cool. But the way your car is angled is important, because if you're, you know, angled incorrectly, it's going to make it a lot more difficult for you. So what I like to do is I like to angle my car, if I'm trying to like just straight air dribble into the net, towards the net. Kind of be angled a little bit like towards the net like this, and it makes it a lot easier to air dribble it. Versus what I see a lot of newer people doing is they try to get underneath the ball like directly, and that's really hard to like control. They try to do this, you know, and it's one that's like really easy to save, but it's a lot harder to control, especially if you're not super high rank and they'll have pretty good aerial control. So yeah, air dribbling is pretty simple, but yeah, there's just a few things, like I said, need to focus on. And the last one I'm gonna be going over is the setup. The setup for air dribbles is the same as flip resets. I showed you guys that in my how to consistently flip reset video, and I'll put it at the end of this video if you're interested in watching that. But an important thing with this setup is you want to like start off having momentum towards the net. And what I mean by that is going kind of at an angle. See how like I'm not directly going at the wall, but I'm going slightly at an angle towards the goal. That's very important, because it makes it where you start off with momentum towards the net, of course, and also it gives you a lot of room. Because look at this, hit off the wall, look how much space I have. I can do whatever I want with the ball. Versus if I go straight up the wall like this, no angle towards the net at all, or maybe a little bit, I have like, you know, not a lot of room to kind of like do stuff. I can really only just air dribble it towards the net, and it makes it a lot more difficult to control. And also it makes it to where even if you do get it on net, it's probably not going to be the best shot. So very important to you know, very important to have a good setup. And also with your setup, another thing is make sure you get like a proper touch off the wall, meaning don't hit it too hard, don't hit it too soft. A good rule of thumb I use is when I'm rolling it to the wall like this, rolling it at an angle, I boost a little bit, and then right as I'm about to hit the ball, I just boost for a split second, and it usually gets like a pretty good you know, pretty good touch off the wall. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful. Just some small tips on how to improve your air dribbling, or maybe start learning how to air dribble. I know there are some pretty good training packs as well if you you know, look in the training packs for this game. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you have any more questions in the comments, feel free to leave them and I'll answer them. And if you guys want to see any different types of videos, maybe some gameplay instead of some tutorials, I will be down to that as well. So just let me know and leave your feedback in the comments. I take your guys' feedback seriously. So far it seems like people have been enjoying my you know, tutorials and stuff. So I'm gonna keep making them. I don't upload super consistently because I am very busy, but I do try to get like an upload every now and then, you know. But yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's see if I can get a good cuxer pinch. Oh! Alright, that was actually kind of crazy. Before the video ends, let's see how fast it was. 112. Okay, that's pretty good. Alright. I'm actually going to end the video now. Alright, I'll see you all in the next one, boys. Peace out.